What is he, Edward Cullen? Oh, don't tell me that this started off as another fan fiction. I think I stumbled onto the wrong channel here. Is this Netflix or RedTube? And this is how many minutes into the movie? 12 minutes into the movie. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Let me start off by properly apologizing for the fact that I haven't been uploading. I did have videos filmed, edited, and uploaded, but unfortunately it was impossible to get them out of copyright prison. They were all X-Men related videos because I'd never watched them before. It was completely fresh, and unfortunately, like I said, copyright. Thank you, Fox. So instead, today I'm going to watch a movie that I've heard a lot of people talking about. It's on Netflix. It's called, I don't even know what it's called, 365? Yes, 365 Days. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna watch that, and we'll see what happens. I don't even know what it's about. I know that it's very 50 Shades-esque. This is a 50 Shades fanfic, isn't it? But like, worse. This is what happens when you make a fanfic of a fanfic. So, let's see. Okay, this is Editing Rebecca from the future, realizing that while I intended this to be just a reaction video to me watching the movie, I unfortunately cannot find a way to download it off Netflix. I can't, just download it. I can't find it on a different page, and if I try to screen record it, Netflix just goes black. So instead of doing a just reaction video, we are going to turn this into a slight reaction, slight commentary. So I have some clips that I managed to steal from other videos. Sorry, people who actually managed to get the movie somehow. I could not. But I'm just going to explain how this goes a little bit. So, 365 days. Here we go. So we open 365 days with our two main characters, Laura, as they call her, Laura, and Massimo, each doing their own thing. Massimo is a gangster from the looks of it, a potential business partner who is offering to traffic people for you. I mean, although I do suppose they're in like quite shady business as it is, right? And Laura is I still don't know, but they're both doing their own thing. Laura has a boyfriend,
See?
who is kind of a piece of shit. I'm sorry. You haven't packed for us. He can't pack for himself. But he doesn't pay any attention to her. He keeps talking about her heart condition, how he can't have sex with her because of her heart condition, etc., etc., and it's all just a bunch of crap. And then we have the fact that Massimo was shot, and for some strange reason, as he was passing out, he sees Laura's face and decides that he's in love with her. And so when he finally sees her in real life, because he doesn't even know if she really exists, he decides to kidnap her.
Somewhere inside me, I had this feeling of certainty that one day you will stand in front of me and be mine. That's why I'm giving you a chance to fall in love with me.
And that's where our real movie starts. So Massimo kidnaps Laura, and we get this very beautiful scene where Massimo tells her that he is not going to touch her unless he has her permission.
I won't do anything without your permission.
Which is all sweet and everything, right? And I'm like, oh, that'd be so great. You know what? He kidnapped you, but at least he's a good kidnapper with a good heart. Until we realize that as he's saying this, he's holding onto her breast. He's just a handful of boob right there as he's telling her he's not going to touch her. Remember that, because that's going to be a recurring theme further on in the movie. We later get this scene where Massimo takes her shopping, which is all great and, dilly-gally. Who doesn't want their kidnapper to take them shopping with, an extreme amount of cash and no limit? I mean, me, honestly, kidnap me, take me shopping, and then send me home. She's shopping, and, it's all good. He's not really paying much attention to the stuff that she's trying on, or at least he's pretending not to, because let's be honest, he's a kidnapper. He has to have control over what you're wearing. For some whatever reason, they decide to go into a lingerie shop. I mean, is it ever a good idea to try on lingerie with your kidnapper in the next room? Probably not, because of course Massimo decides to go into the changing room to see what she's wearing. But he's not going to touch her without her permission, right? Well, let me just tell you that I'm rewatching the scene right now just to tell you exactly what happens. And, you know what? I have to give it to Massimo because he does show some restraint. While Laura's all up grinding him, in the lingerie, trying to be all cute and sexy and stuff to provoke him, he only goes as far as grabbing onto her by the neck and pushing her against the mirror. But, restraint. He's not going to touch her.
I won't do anything without your permission.
Of course, after that, Laura decides that she's not going to buy the lingerie, and she runs out of the shop, finds some police officers, and tries to ask for help. But, what kind of police officers aren't bought by the Italian mafia? Obviously, these ones are. So, of course, as she's asking for help, the Italian police are like, "Good morning, Sir Massimo. Here, have your unwilling victim once again." Because that's just her luck, We can't give Laura anything. And she ends up back where she started, in the house where she is being held captive, wearing not only a beautiful dress, but she's done her makeup, she's looking all pretty, and under the dress, which is very low cut, she's wearing the lingerie that she said she was never going to wear for him again. I mean, I at this point, I'm not sure if she likes him, and she's, just teasing him to see how true it is that he's not going to touch her more than he already has, at least.
I won't do anything without your permission.
Or if she just really, I don't know what's going on through her head. And I mentioned a couple of times as I'm watching, and you will see, as these clips roll, and I say that I do like her attitude. Though I love her attitude. I mean, she's all badass and strong and whatever.
Suck at yourself.
But she's not very smart. And not only that, but afterwards, she wakes up with him in her bed next to her. She doesn't complain. Okay, she likes the fact that he's in her bed without her permission. And she goes into the bathroom that has a complete glass screen, and she takes a shower with him in the bed where he can see her naked in the shower. I mean, doesn't make a lot of sense, right? But not only that, after when he joins her in the shower, because of course he would, because that is an open invitation, as I do say while I'm watching this video, or this movie, she goes and she pretty much just rubs herself all over him, and then walks away, or attempts to walk away.
I won't do anything without your permission.
And just leaves him there, which is all, great for her, but it's very risky considering that this is not just this is not your boyfriend who you can tease. This is someone who kidnapped you. But again, I do like her attitude. It's problematic, don't get me wrong, but I like her attitude. I mean, but then we get what I think is the best scene in this entire movie. She has her own room in Italy, and then she just shows up naked, wearing nothing but a robe, in his room while he's in a towel. I don't condone what he's doing, obviously, but what could she expect by going to the hotel room of her kidnapper, naked in nothing but a robe? Because that's smart. But of course that brings us down a whole other rabbit hole where, yeah, okay, he says he's not going to touch her, and he kind of doesn't. He just handcuffs her to the bed and then makes her watch as he, well, take a look. Okay, yeah, but but now Massimo is gonna save her, and so she's gonna actually like him somewhat. Okay, I was expecting a punch, maybe like a, you know, a fist fight. I was not expecting guns. But it's after all of this that everything changes. When they're on a boat for some reason. I have no idea why they're there, where they're going. Are they on vacations? Do they have a destination? We have no idea. No clue. She overhears the fact that he killed her would-be rapist from the club. This is causing an entire different problem because apparently that would-be rapist was from another very prominent mafia family from Italy. And so now they're pretty much a gang war or something going on. We don't know. But this changes everything for her. And then, of course, they get in a fight, because why don't they get in a fight? And she ends up going overboard, only to be rescued by Massimo. And then they proceed to do the freaky. A lot. Everywhere. Not even Game of Thrones showed this much. Still, my favorite scene in the movie comes after all of that. After she starts liking him and they, you know, start sleeping together and all of that, because everything's changed now. They go to this masquerade ball in what is a beautiful dress and a beautiful mask, honestly. I've gone to a couple masquerade things myself and I love them. They're the best. So you know that things are going to happen here, things are going to get hot here. And they do, with the best tango dance that I've ever seen, and I wish that I could get the clip of it so that I could put it in this video so you could see how good it is, but you know what, you're going to have to watch the movie yourself. It happens around, and it's 1 hour and 13 to 15 minutes. One thing that I mentioned in the moment was that, damn, she can dance. But of course, they run into this girl, Anna, the ex-girlfriend, and she's pretty jealous and pretty much threatens to kill Laura, which, you know, can kind of kill the party early, and so they decide to leave and to proceed with what they were doing in the boat. And again, everything changes there, and we never find out if it was the gang war family, whatever, or if it was the ex-girlfriend who was threatening to kill Laura, but something happens, and Massimo decides that he's going to send her off to Warsaw, where she's from, so that she can be safe, I assume. She goes clubbing there, she sees her ex, she changes her hair, and then when she's coming back to her apartment after a night of clubbing and seeing her ex and having changed her hair, Massimo is there yet again. He's fine. They get down and dirty once again, and as she's taking off his shirt, she realizes that he has a bullet wound that has apparently already healed, and it makes me question how much time has passed in this movie, or at least how much time passed since he sent her to Warsaw and he came back for her. I don't know, because apparently the entire movie happens in a span of 2 months. It's only been 2 months? I thought at least she would have been kidnapped for like 6 before she started to like him. Seeing him with the new healed bullet hole and having been scared because she didn't know where he was for however long he'd been gone, she tells him that she loves him, and I'm not gonna lie, I smiled. Oh, no. No, this is not okay. Ignore my reactions. This is a movie, and this is not real life. Not okay. All of this leads us to the big reveal one morning where she comes down for breakfast, everyone's already there eating, and she says that she's not hungry, she's not feeling very well, and that's when you know she's pregnant. Which is supposed to be the big reveal of the movie, but honestly, with how many times they were going at it like bunnies, is it really a big reveal? You could see it coming. I saw it coming from a mile away. I even asked at one point, is she on birth control? But alas, what can you do? They decide to get married, which is where I start thinking that this is probably a fanfic for 50 Shades of Grey. But the movie ends when Massimo calls what's-his-face, I never learned his name, to tell him that he knows that they're planning to kill Laura. Again, we don't know if this is the rival gangster family who he killed for trying to rape her, or if it's the crazy ex-girlfriend who threatened to kill Laura. No idea. But they go into a tunnel, and then she never comes out. Is she dead? The friend? No. because she dyed her hair. They think that she has brown hair. They killed the friend. That's my prediction for the next movie. They killed the friend. They didn't kill her because of her hair. And we get this gem of a scene. And then that's it. The movie is over. That was 365 days. Really, they should have just called it 60 days for as long as it took for her to fall in love with him for the movie to end. None of that is okay in real life, kids. None of that. However, considering that this is fiction and it's a movie, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place it with like the same sort of messed up as 50 Shades or the same sort of messed up as Twilight with Edward showing up in her room and everything. You know, it's fiction. It's okay as long as it's fiction, but never okay in real life. And quite frankly, it's not a good movie. Don't get me wrong. It's not a movie that anyone should aspire to. This is pure fiction, but I enjoyed watching it. So sue me. I want to know what happens in the next movie. But anyway, guys, without any further ado, I'm going to put an end to that video because I do have other things to do today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming to the channel. Subscribe, hit the notification button so you can, you know, get notified every time I upload a video. And you can find me on all socials. It's @RebeccaQueen everywhere. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.